Morning.
All right, it's 6:45, we'll die early. Like, so we'll call the meeting to order and start the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So I'll take a motion to open the meeting.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor? All right. Public comment.
Only question I have is you heard back from,
Collins, I don't have in writing, but verbal via phone was made. And I don't have anything from Wes about the lower pricing in writing, but I will request that too.
so she said, May.
May.
If any will, citizen. The public's business ought to be conducted at a time that is convenient for the public, not for you folks. This is not a convenient time for the public, as evidenced by the fact that other than your fire chief, your assistant chief, and one citizen is here. This should have been done at a different time than 6:45.
My part is this grant, that's why I don't understand why they won't let us go. I'd like to see that right and see what they're reasoning for.
I've asked for it.
All right, they want us to get something done quickly, but they take a year to get their decisions. We have to do something in 2 weeks.
All right, unfinished business, review and approval special town meeting warrant. That's one first. It's 32. So we have removed Article 3.
Four.
Yeah. Get Article 1, so I have to come out right away. So we so have we decided, I'm gonna let 2 go, or do you wanna wait and try to do 2 at a different time?
My opinion is keep 2 and 3 on the,
No, 3.
2 and 3 on the warrant.
I might disagree with that just because we don't have the time. And the date you picked, I'm gone next week. It just doesn't, 2 weeks is not enough time. Sorry to say that.
Well, we have to have the town, but as we did last year, we have to have the endorsement of the town by the end of May
Well,
to
that's-
submit with the grant.
We yet to see this in writing. I've heard this, but I've yet to see this in writing.
I've asked for it.
I don't know how you get this out to the public in less than a week. I really don't. You're not gonna get that mail. They won't get that till mid next week. And the information will not get to these people. And I'm the one's gonna get crucified out of this.
Would it make sense to bump this out till the 28th?
Well, that's what we were trying to do, but I don't
Oh,
understand
no,
why.
28th of May as opposed to 28th of the.
Will give us another week so we can hold some informational meetings.
That would give a chance for that mailing to get out and be out for probably a week, if I had to guess.
But this hasn't changed. I mean, that when we had a meeting on Tuesday night, we talked about this is what we agreed on.
And I
do
said
the
thought
vote.
about it Tuesday night, and it bothers me that I'm not gonna get this information. We have a good reputation with this town. And I wanna blow it because of this.
All right, we don't
If
wanna,
you guys wanna do that, then you guys can deal with that. I'm not gonna.
we don't wanna make the taxpayers feel like we're trying to slide something in
Right,
on the backside. So, that's why we wanna make sure the mail gets out and people are able to see it. But we all know unfortunately how the postal service is, that will go in a box down there and they'll deliver it
when they want.
when they want. And then, so having a week or less to kind of have that out, I mean, the 28th would be a much better day. That would give us
Another week.
another week, and it would definitely give a chance, for people to have, have
And if they come back in writing and say we can do June, then we have your next select board meeting, at least we're working on it and getting information, getting workshops so we can meet,
The problem is, if this letter goes out, once it's printed and goes out.
We're kind of stuck with it.
So,
No, we're in a tough spot. I
yeah.
can see this not turning out well myself, but
So Wednesday's the 28th, Thursday's the 29th, which will give you another day. Wouldn't be.
Well,
planning-
we're also gonna find out
Huh?
if the Center for All Seasons or.
I wanna say they're booked the 28th because we took the 21st. And they booked somebody the 28th, but I could check for the 29th. That's not a planning board meeting.
There's a Wednesday night, Thursday night won't be planning board. I mean, you could go all the way to Saturday, the 31st. I'm not sure everyone wants to, but
Holiday
is it
weekend.
Memorial Weekend?
no, it's the weekend after Memorial.
Before that.
So that's another possibility, 9 AM in the morning.
But then we're getting the answer to them.
Yeah, I
in
would,
June,
I should think.
I would think we would have to have
Thursday
it
evening
with at
latest.
least one business day left in the month to get the answer back
Yeah.
to the offices.
So,
I just can't believe we can't tell them, the earliest we can have it in June. It's a few weeks, it's not like it's months or a year. I just find it hard to believe we can't do that, but or they wouldn't accept that.
Considering they already have, last year's
Support.
support and vote.
Right, but it's a
Different year,
different
but-
cost, different
Yeah.
year.
I mean, last year we
Not
pulled
saying
it
they're gonna
together
do it
pretty
this year,
quickly.
but
We did.
I mean, if it was just the first part. I'd be fine, probably, it is what it is, but it's the second part that if we don't get the first, the grant that we're gonna be funding, I think we need voter input on that. And not to do it in a week,
Well, voters could vote no on both.
absolutely, no one gonna do.
Right. Then you're really back to square one.
Then we're not getting the grant or the, anything, cause then it's too short of notice.
So push question 3 out to June.
I mean, it's just another, I know it's up to you guys,
Well, I mean.
that's two town meetings.
If you're gonna push question 3 out, I mean, question 3 says you're not gonna do anything until we find out if we're getting the grant or not anyway. So you could push it out even farther if you
Well,
want.
the reason we're trying to get question 3 approved is so we can get design on the mechanical. Nobody's gonna wanna design the mechanical side.
That's what Sheridan's saying, that, as long as we have one path to go, that they'll continue and get people to bid on it, so we have something ready to go in the spring or summer.
I mean, I don't have a problem with pushing the other one out if that's what you guys wanna do.
I
I mean, we know we have to have that first article or article 2 done because of the.
Last year when we had the special town meeting,
We only
we
did,
only did the first, what would be Article 2 here.
correct.
I'm just concerned, I mean, we work very hard to have the support of this town, and I don't wanna
Yeah.
slide something through that 20 people show up and 20 of them are firefighters, and then I'm gonna be hung. And I don't want that. We work very hard to get a good reputation here in town.
I mean, there's nothing to prevent you from doing another town meeting in August or someplace, I mean, a little further out to say, would you consider this and give plenty of time to do another town meeting?
Yeah.
And at that one
How
say,
soon does, Wes need?
Don't quote me on this, but I wanna say he said July, then he.
Well, that was a work material, I don't know what, I have not talked to Wes, and this is
Neither
coming
have I.
from you and Tom, I have not talked to him. I don't think there's I mean, we're not starting if we can until next year, so I mean, a month or two, can't imagine. it's gonna
No,
be-
but I mean, if we
End of the
push it
world.
into August, if you push it in August, then you're gonna be pushing a June or July start.
We have any other town meetings coming up this summer, or for any reason, no, any special ones?
The
The
seasonal
school
residents.
board is the
Seasonal
written
residents
ballot,
meeting,
right?
That's just information.
Right, yeah, I know.
Yeah, the school board's just the written.
Yeah.
Secret ballot.
And I did ask Laura to make sure she gets a hold of. Is it Wes?
Yes,
and get it in writing.
yes,
what
about,
it's talking about.
because if we
pricing.
can get something from Wes, that would help for that Article 3.
Right.
So what if they come back and say, yes, June would work, and I know I hate to keep having these meetings and pushing it out, but is that a possibility, or is that, another?
Their verbal was May, but I don't have that in writing.
So could you guys, and somebody will have to answer this, so could you guys make a decision if it gets back by writing, we can have that meeting by June, we can we can set the meeting for June 17th, if it comes back in writing, we have to have it in May. I don't know, I don't know if that's something.
I don't know.
Well, we could make a motion that way, that we're setting this date unless we get something in writing by
Otherwise, yeah.
today, the end of the day.
We need to know today, because these need to get.
Yeah.
Right.
We need to
Right,
get
right,
this
right,
printed.
mail. Yeah,
Do one and then June 17th, just plan on for June 17th or July or something July, we need to do it this summer.
I'd just rather be able to have some meetings with the public, one on each end of town, get this information out, what it's gonna cost them.
Mhm.
Just so we're not, and then, we could be saying at those meetings that, hey, then we're gonna have a special town meeting in July or June or whatever we decide, and then hopefully everybody shows up, or a lot of people show up.
And
I
I,
just think it's best for us and best for the town.
well, I think we need to have a meeting in this letter, so I think we need to set that date.
Yeah, my preference would be to go ahead with Article 2.
Yeah.
Get the thing done for the grant and change the letter and add, we're gonna have a meeting on another special town meeting.
To vote on the,
For contingency, basically.
Right, so,
it's just 1 week is not enough time, and I'm gone for part of it.
so
I'm already gonna change my
So
flight,
what
come
if we-
back for this meeting.
What if we pump it out to the 28th, which is a Wednesday, the 28th, instead of Wednesday, the 21st? That does give,
I think we'd want to say either the 28th or 29th, whichever is available. I'm gonna check with
okay,
Chris
whatever, yeah.
To see if the
Well-
center is available.
What do we?
Article 2 isn't gonna matter whether we push it out or not. That's just that same thing we had
Right.
last year.
Right.
It just gives more time to get
More people.
more people to know about it.
Yeah, I mean, so.
Right, I just think, and then we can advertise, we can get.
And Dan's gonna be gone, and
Maybe-
people may be calling about the meeting, and he's not here. You're
I'm gonna
gone.
be with him.
Oh,
Yeah, he's with me, so that's all around.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to fly back in Boston at 4:30 on
So
Wednesday.
I just got that much.
And then drive to see it. So I'd have to change our flights.
Yeah,
So,
so,
Business.
where are you going?
we're going to the new Boulder factory.
In.
Mississippi, it's right.
Oh, you'll have fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at least it'll be cool.
Yeah.
So you're thinking the 28th?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, you can't cancel.
it would be better to give us a good 2 weeks, so we can have some maybe a meeting. We can set up for like 3 meetings a week of the 19th. If we can get into North Belgrade here in the community center. And do informational meetings, put the slideshow up, we can have a presentation, answer questions. And that we could plan like.
I think that
21,
makes more
22.
sense.
Me too, it bothered me the other night, it takes me a while to think about things, I had to take it all in after that meeting, and I didn't, it was bothering me, I couldn't sleep, I was like, what are we gonna do, this is
So,
too quick.
so if we're gonna do this question 2, we need to set a date for question 3, so it can go in the newsletter.
Right.
Or whatever that, whatever we're calling it.
Right,
But why do we need to rush question 3? Because question 2,
Because question 2 does not get, so we don't get to grant.
right, no, I understand what question 3 is, it's the
Right.
contingency. But
Right.
it seems to me that it's
No.
just gonna confuse things if we announce that we're gonna have this special meeting for question 2, and then we're gonna have another special meeting, but we don't know quite when, for
Because
another.
nobody's gonna design build on a grant because the grants fell through last year, so
Right.
no company.
So we get-
Right, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
so we get that second approval that no matter what, we're gonna move forward. Then we can move forward with the rest of the design, it's good, that's the hard part of the design build. Cause you're relying on Sheridan and then electricians, plumbing, heating to design. With our input of what we want, a systems.
And they won't start any of that
They're
until,
not gonna waste their time.
Right, and money.
They're sure,
Money.
they won't just start until they just sure that it's gonna happen one way or the other.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
right.
So it's just gonna hold us up, well, I mean, a month or two or three, is probably not a big
Right.
deal.
Working on it, so it's.
That's why I was wondering if there's another town meeting,
You know, this is it.
you know, I think it'd be better on the floor, but I mean, you do have the school budget, I mean, you could do it there, but then you just can't speak about it, unless these informational meetings.
Too late.
But you know, of informational meetings, nobody comes. We're gonna advertise it, Facebook and all that, and try to get as many people there as we can.
Well, a lot of people haven't even seen designs yet.
Right, and that's what we'll have this on poster board and.
So,
And
Will you have that for the school budget vote in
Yes.
June?
Yeah,
11th?
we
So
started, we're
you'll
gonna
have
spend
a
the day there.
table,
Yeah,
so I
okay.
should plan for a
Yes,
table.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll have somebody will be there all day. One of the golden votes, we'll split it up, or one of the other committee members or something. So that'll be another good thing to get it after the, that's why we were shooting for the 28th,
Right.
or 20, whatever.
yeah, I'm checking the 28th or
17th.
29th.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
May.
She's looking.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about when we were trying to move it to June.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right, right. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think that,
yes,
I hate to do it that, I wish we had more time, but.
So
When they
yeah.
want something that quick, it's hard,
so question 3, we need to have a date, so it goes on that. Flyer.
but I don't know if we can
Right.
take a date without knowing.
Which we'll have to change
I
anyway.
mean, well, you can find out this morning what's available, right?
For June,
Or July, whatever we want to do the second town meeting. Once you find out from the rec. Community center,
Kristen says the 28th is the best for May.
what about June or July?
Okay, I'm checking.
28, okay.
I was hoping to do it all at once, but I think it's. I think
Well, we
just-
do have this facility and we did hold a special town meeting here
Before,
before.
Okay, so the
It's not-
28th,
not
and she has the 28th available for May, which is a Wednesday. Does
So if
that
we have to
help?
do it in May, we should do question 2
right,
on May 28th
Right.
at 6:30.
that's just for the
And
grant,
only
Does that
question
help
2
you,
if we
Dan,
have to
with
do
your
it in May.
trip?
yeah, I
Okay,
don't have to
good.
change our flight.
So that's good, right? And she's checking June and July for another Wednesday to see what's available.
I think
I
so.
mean, is there a preference, does it, I mean, what do you guys think, that doesn't matter, as long as we have a good month or something.
It's you guys getting the information out, so.
Right.
it's
Yeah, if
really
we have a
fun.
month or something, we should,
I mean, the 17th is what we had kind of decided at the board meeting.
if you wanna shoot for that, I
So if
guess.
she's got the 17th, I'll tell her to put us in for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that way, you guys can get, a lot of, that gives us a chance to get information out. We can be there on school board vote. This letter's gonna get, hopefully, people out for this, the school board on March, and then maybe push a little more vote for people on the vote.
But we'll also be, you know, the information will go in May, you know.
Are you saying June 17th? Lorna? did you-
They're
they're
looking
looking
at
at.
June 17th for that second.
But we're open for.
For the
whatever you
second
think.
meeting.
That's-
It's Article 3.
That'd be a Saturday.
Oh, that's a Tuesday? It's a
It's a select board.
17th a Tuesday?
That's a-
Yeah.
June 17th is our regular select board meeting.
Okay. July does not work. She said it would be
About the
super hard, but she
How
has,
about June 18th?
she has June 4 or 11. Let me check if she's got June 18.
18th to the 25th.
Yeah. I think the further you push it out, the better you are.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
probably go for the 25th if she has it.
all right.
That way we
It
can.
gives us more time, that way we can pick a week and do up there, and a week here
Well,
and a week
But
there.
it would be nice if you could pick those dates today,
So we can have it in there.
so they can go on here.
Yeah, we'll get together with Lorna today, find out from, like, when North Belgrade's available, probably. Should be pretty easy, and here shouldn't,
A bit
we can
more.
figure, you can figure out this one.
Yeah.
We have it here, one,
Right,
and then we'll do one down there. Just to spread it out so we don't.
So 3, you're looking at 3 info
Yes,
session.
yeah,
I think so.
I think so.
I mean,
I think it'd be more fair.
I think we should maybe do one on a Saturday morning for people who work.
Full day camp by,
Does that work for anyone?
yeah, we'll make it work. I'd rather get the information off than not.
But I think there are enough people that if you Saturday morning at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock,
Good of a Saturday, yeah.
one of the
I can do
places.
it Saturday, as long as it's not drawing.
She
Like,
thinks, she thinks we might get the 18th, she's checking.
That's right, because it's summer camp. After the 18th.
maybe we do the Saturday here, be easier to book here than
Yeah.
True,
somewhere
Yeah,
else. So
yeah.
we'll do it,
True.
think of whatever,
Information
21st,
Saturday,
28th,
yeah.
whatever. works best. Hold on, what's, yeah, what was it, when we picked the? No, because we're gonna go the 8th, what did we pick for the June?
They're trying to find out what.
Oh.
I just wanted to book May 28th and June 18th.
Okay,
Right, so we should do the 14th. June 14th here. That'll be the Saturday
town
before.
office?
Yeah,
that's Flag Day. Does that matter to anyone? Nothing, no one has anything.
It's what?
Okay.
Flag Day.
June
If there's
14th would
anything
be
going
Flag
on
Day.
and all.
Be here.
What time do you think? Oh, we'll do whatever
I
time.
would say 9:30 or 10.
10?
I don't know. What do you think?
You have a public? I think a Saturday morning is better than Friday, 6:45 AM.
Well, yeah, so I would do 10.
10 a.m.
So what do you
on the
think, 10?
14th.
Yeah,
Okay, so 10 o'clock on, what is it?
June 14th.
yeah,
6:14 at 10.
and then, whatever we can get. For
North Belgrade.
North Belgrade.
So is Monday night work for you guys or not? Isn't that your
That's
regular?
our, well, first and third is our regular meeting.
Yeah.
It would be the 16th would be our regular meeting, 2nd and 16th. But we can make that work.
And
About that.
on the Saturday when it's here, can we have it set up so it can zoom and be recorded?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good idea.
yeah, we could.
So, in the informational meeting down in the lakes. It's, when's that gonna be?
June 18th.
No, that's the vote.
No, that's
That's the vote.
We can pick whatever she has available.
What I was wondering is what would happen if we have people down there for this special town meeting for Article 2. Why don't you have an informational meeting after that vote?
Oh, back on May,
Yeah, we can do that.
Because that way you're already there, you're already gonna have at least some people there. Have an informational thing after that for that area.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
good,
So
Okay, so
So we're
6:30,
just gonna
May
find
28th
something
is
for
the
North
special
Belgrade.
time.
May 28th at 6:30 and following there'll be an informational meeting on Article 3.
Correct.
What's currently Article
and
3.
then we're just gonna
Which would
pick
be
something for
Article
North Belgrade.
2 in June, right?
Okay, and then we just need one in North Belgrade.
Right, but I think that would be, let's book that is at night. The EMT class is over with,
So what's a better night, Monday night or Wednesday?
probably Wednesday,
Yeah, we
you
can,
don't have any,
no, it's just building committee nights on Wednesday nights.
yeah, Wednesday's fine.
Wednesday?
Pick a Wednesday.
So in June, you've got
Okay,
June
so far.
4th to June 11th.
June 11th, the school vote.
School votes on June
Should it be the 10th?
10th,
Is that, is the
Second.
11th a Wednesday?
11th is a
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday the 10th, I have on my calendar.
Oh, okay. Jesus, none of this.
And we can have that at the, over there at the school, say when these,
So North Belgrade on June 11th, is that what we're saying?
The 10th is a Tuesday.
if we can get it,
Okay.
or she approved, she already got it.
And you
I'm
do that at
waiting-
6:30 again?
Yeah.
Let me just email these dates so I can get one.
Yeah, please.
I've got,
So we got it right.
May 28th at 6:30 for Article 2, and then we have an informational session immediately following on Article 3.
Yeah.
I have 10 a.m. June 14 here at the town office for informational meeting. I have June 18 for the Article 3, won't be
At
Article
North
3.
Belgrade.
That'll be the vote.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, June 18th is the vote, and then
Yeah.
June 11th.
You'll be emailing.
And I'm waiting for an open
North
slot at North Belgrade, and I'll get you that date.
But we can get that in there, I
Yeah.
appreciate it, I just think this will be better for the town, so.
So June 18th is another special town meeting to vote on Article 3,
Yes,
and that would be at the center
Yeah.
at 6:30.
Yeah.
On the
I
18th.
think between the
Yes.
3 meetings plus being there at the school vote. We should have enough people.
Should get it, it should get out,
And
right?
we can,
That will
we
have
can have
time
a
to,
calendar of event, you know.
right, and you'll have big boards by then, so that you'll probably have a decent amount of. I mean, as many people, how many people voted last year on the town? I mean, on the school board, do you know?
For the school board?
For the
school.
The budget, the school budget, yeah,
That was 300 or 400, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, I'd have to go.
and quite a few of those were probably early,
But those people will talk to other people.
Spread throughout the day, it was a long day.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
actually,
but don't,
most of the people voted absentee.
Absentee,
So
that's what I'm
Absentee was, so maybe that day, 150, maybe.
it might make sense,
Can we-
once you get your plans done, is if they vote here, they use the little conference room. Is maybe you put them up, at least the pictures of it, up in the conference room for the people that come and vote early.
Are you allowed to give a flyer out when they come for when that meeting is? For the people, so the
When the
absentee,
meeting is.
Yeah.
yeah, you're not, I mean, it's not anything you're voting on that day.
right, just to say, hey, this is gonna be a special town meeting to vote for, but you can't, can you put the article in on? I know there's rules and regulations.
Yeah. I don't know, I'd have to look at it, but, we can hand out the flyer,
You're
at
gonna
the
say-
same time we
yeah.
hand out the absentee ballot, so.
Yeah. Just so if you get a bunch of people doing absentee, at least we get the information.
Right.
Right,
That'll
Just the
put it down now,
information.
Right, it's
Right.
information, right,
information.
right,
Not
and let them know,
swaying voter.
not information, they'll have the Zoom's 8, we're gonna be zooming in. And then they'll have the other 2 dates on.
And if people are voting early in the small conference room.
Yeah.
We might want to have the display out here and try to direct people out here, just because I don't think you want to have something else going on in the voting room, right? That people would be
Yeah, but
standing around and looking at.
But maybe in the hall,
we
maybe,
can,
in the hall.
we can
Put it in the
hand
foyer
them
with a
a
Christmas tree.
Yeah,
flyer,
we just
just
put a
saying
couple.
there is,
Yeah.
if you would like to go, but.
We could just put a couple.
They
on
come here for
board.
the purpose of voting for the school budget, and they don't have to.
Right,
We can
but I
figure
just think we
that
need
out.
to be careful not to distract from the voting by having another
Yeah.
issue in that same room.
We can figure that out.
Yeah,
All right, so now we'll get all the dates, Carol, you're gonna run all written down.
what?
You wanna make that motion? 'Cause
Sure.
I got 15 minutes and then I gotta hit the ring.
Okay. I move that we, amend the vote for the fire station as follows. We remove Article 3 and 4 from the warrant and vote on Article 2 with a meeting for the actual vote on May 28th at 6:30 at the, I'm sorry, the meeting for the vote, May 28th at 6:30 at the Center for All Seasons.
Second,
All those in favor? Second, nothing.
Do you want a motion on the other dates, or do we don't need a motion for the other dates, or we do?
Yeah, because we want to nail them down so they can get them in this flyer.
Probably the vote,
For
the
the,
vote,
for the vote.
yeah, the
Yeah,
next
okay.
special town meeting, set the date.
So you want those dates too, or not?
I don't think you need information.
We don't need
Just that
Just-
subject.
just one day,
special
just
town.
Just a
June,
special town.
June
meeting.
18th.
Okay, and I move we have a special town meeting on June 18th for the actual vote.
Of
I
of
put
what is
that in
now,
the other
of what is
motion.
now Article 3.
Hmm?
Of what is now Article 3.
Of what is now Article 2.
3.
Three.
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 it's confusing.
Yeah.
They put the,
Yes, for
Yes.
Article 3.
the moderator gets. more.
Right, right.
All right, all those in favor?
Did we have a second?
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, second.
All those in favor? 5-0.
June 18th is our.
Thank you, I think this will work better myself.
So this does increase the election budget.
Yeah.
And so just know, I plan for 3 elections this year and not for 5. That's 2. 2
Yeah,
extra
we just added.
Oh, yeah.
There will be a November
Yeah,
ballot for the
there will be
state.
5.
Okay.
Okay.
We know.
Okay.
Sorry about it, but I think this is better.
So I don't know if you have time to look I mean, we don't need to talk about the meeting, but look at this and see if this says what you want it to say.
Did everybody?
I read it and
We
I
sent
sent,
something
I
back.
sent back
Yeah.
a comment on the 75%, that was the only thing I
Yeah.
saw.
I updated and sent that out
Yeah.
this morning.
I didn't get a chance to read the updated one.
Oh. But anyhow, Carol and I worked on it last night.
Yeah, this is updated.
No, because on this side, we have Article 2 authorizes the town to apply for a CDS grant. We're not asking the town to authorize the application for the grant. We've already submitted it.
Mhm.
So we have new wording for that.
Okay, you didn't send that to me. No, all you sent me was,
I sent you two separate ones, but
I
it's
only
okay.
got one.
And then the other question that we have is, what are we using for the cost of the project?
6.8 or the 6.3.
Well, you don't need that on here because we're pushing this out. You're not gonna vote on Article
We're only
3.
voting on the grant one.
Alright,
Right, but isn't
Right.
someone going to say, I
How
mean,
much is this gonna
we're
cost?
sending out this whole thing saying,
right.
we're gonna apply for a grant for
Well,
up to
if you look at
75.
page 2, you've got the cost
Yeah,
there.
you got the cost of the ball. Which,
You
But
sent me that, so that's updated.
That's 6.8, so we may need to up it. I put 6.8 in this.
It just does say 6.8.
yeah, and it should.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
Oh, right at the bottom, I couldn't find it.
This
Okay.
is what you sent me last night.
okay.
Six
So
point-
did you get oh, you didn't get the new one of this page?
I did not get
Okay.
anything for that, no, I
Okay,
got
we can
page
look at
2,
it.
I got page
And we
2,
gotta change it all anyway, so.
yeah.
right.
Okay,
Anthony's got a question.
what's the thinking behind a 20-year term versus a 30-year term?
30 years not available right now,
That's not true.
it is true,
The main bond bank offers a 30-year term.
contact Lee at Bernstein Sure.
Why is it not available?
They don't have anything available right now,
They
they
said
may in the
possibly-
fall,
They said possibly later this year.
they may in the fall, but we won't know until late summer.
Well, I contacted the chair of the main bond bank last night. He said 30-year terms are available through the main bond bank.
That's not what Lee Bragg told me,
And he corresponded with Lee Bragg, and Lee Bragg told him the same thing.
that's not
So
true.
can we get that in
try it
writing?
again?
I would be happy to forward you guys the text.
And can we get it in writing from Lee Bragg that there is no 30-year? I mean, the same thing, we're doing everything else in writing, we should get that in.
I'm just saying, from a taxpayer standpoint, there's a big difference between making an annual payment on a 30-year note versus a 20-year.
Oh, we
Agreed,
raise
but
it
Lee
to
said that there are no 30-year terms for
I'm
the
gonna-
spring.
Lauren,
There may be in the fall, that's what I
I'd be
was
happy
told.
to forward you what, the correspondence between the chair of the main bond bank and Lee Bragg.
We'll check.
Oh, will that be available in the spring? Well, that's where it's gonna be bonded. It's gonna be bonded now. It'll be bonded in the spring.
Right.
Because we won't
don't
know until April-ish,
Right.
well, maybe earlier, but whether we're gonna get the grant money. First, we're gonna get approved grant, but then the funding is in April. So we wouldn't be bonding until next April, May, so that would be the question.
Right, they
I
don't
mean, I
know
prefer a
that
30
far
year myself, and if that's available in
Well,
May.
if you could send an email, that way we get a response in writing.
Well, and I think if this 20 and 30 year is up in the air. When we talk with folks, we should talk about, this is what 20 would look like, and this is what 30 would look
If
like.
available.
If available.
So that
available.
people know the worst case scenario,
Mhm.
So it
and
wouldn't
then
hurt
what would be?
to say, hey, if it was a 30 year, what would you think? the
what would it
numbers
look
were?
like?
So we
And we
could-
could,
Right.
And then we just say it's projection. We
Right.
don't know next year, interest rates could drop, who knows, it could be better.
Right.
Yeah, I agree that 30 year would be better, yeah, that we've been asking it, so.
okay. So if we totally confused everyone, including me,
We're good.
So that would be one thing, Lorna, we'd like to have for those informational meeting is what it's gonna cost. and
Right.
taxpayer.
What it's gonna
I
cost
just,
back
can you
there.
send this out
It should.
to anybody?
And maybe we can have a 20
To make
and a
sure
30.
we're not-
That
Spelled
came
out,
from
if
Deborah and
available.
Carol.
No, it
This
hasn't
is
gone.
not
it hasn't gone-
intended, this was
hasn't
not
gone up.
intended to be.
This
final
is just a
version.
draft. Yeah, but that we're working on, it's not final.
Well,
So you guys want
because it
the
says-
20-year and the 30-year?
What
Why
it's
don't
gonna
we finish the
affect,
meeting and we can work on
Well,
that.
just let me
because
say the
Stan has
meeting.
to go.
If it was to be funded with these figures, this is what it would cost.
Yeah.
20 and 30. If we could get that.
what it's gonna cost the taxpayer for 1,000.
The more information we can give them, the better. we will emphasize that it's a projection, not knowing what's gonna happen next May.
Right, because your warrant article says that it's up to the chair of the board and the treasurer. It gives authority and discretion to fix the dates, maturities, interest rates, denominations. Calls for redemption with or without premium form and other details of said securities, including authority to execute and deliver the securities on behalf of the town.
Well, I don't, I wanna give a townsperson, they're gonna say, well, what's it gonna do on my tax bill? I need,
Right, we can give estimates, but we don't know,
I need to know.
right? We don't know firm
Right.
until.
Projection
Do
for
it.
20 and a 30.
Yeah.
Do they do
You won't be able
25-year
to say-
bonds?
You won't be able to say with certainty what the impact on the tax bill is going to be.
Right, right,
But you at least can say this is what the annual payment is going to be.
right. But we can't a projection if it was like right now, but
It would be speculative at best, given there's gonna be change in the assessment year over year.
true.
There's gonna be change in what the
Plus you'd be
expenses
reassessed
of the
right now,
town
right?
are. There's gonna be changes in other revenues, so
We can only guess.
Right.
I would not. I would
Go
not,
with the payment.
I would not do that, Dan, simply because someone's then in 5 years gonna say, you told us this was only.
Fair enough. I know, but they're gonna say, well, what's that mean to my tax bill? I know that's what people ask.
The only thing you can say if we have
No,
the
I'll-
numbers
I'll-
is if we did it today, right today,
This year.
this is what it would be, but there are too many variables to, that's the only thing you
But
can tell.
the best way to do that is to put it into context. Your tax bill, 17% of that goes to the town.
Right.
Whatever it is. So you're only affecting that 17%, not your entire tax bill.
I wish we could, yeah. Perfect. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, well, but now,
Anything else we have to do?
we'll get that stuff in writing, from all the different people, Collins. Long, and Water and Sheridan.
So just one question about this. So since we are announcing the now May 28th meeting, do we also want to announce here the June 17th meeting on? 18th, sorry, 18th. We want to put both dates.
Yes.
On the mailing.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
Okay, so we need to tweak that a little.
And we're also gonna have the
And
information.
and the informational meetings.
And the informational, yeah.
Yeah,
But we'll have more room then, when we take that off.
and
Yeah.
I wouldn't hurt, I mean, I know you could, if one or two of you were there too for that, those informational meetings. Wouldn't probably hurt to have a select board member there present.
Oh, I think we definitely need to be, as many of us as can be.
Right, I
Absolutely.
think it'll look better.
Two.
Freeze there.
If you want the town to
Yeah.
spread, it needs to be there.
But yeah, we'd have to.
Okay.
What's that? I did miss that.
Yeah, 3 separate.
You're gonna have to have two selectmen, if not, we have to publish.
Yeah.
It's like posted anyway.
Oh,
You should post it.
Well, it will
We
be
should
posted.
post it, because
Or if you post it, it doesn't matter how many of you.
so you can't be there for informational, for questions and answers?
Well, more than three.
Not unless you're,
More than
it's considered a select.
select board meeting.
Which means you open it.
Interesting.
You open it, close it, and unfortunately,
You have to.
and unfortunately, if we do that down at the other places, we also don't have the recording of it.
That's why I wanted
That's
to,
why if we do at least one here,
for the Zoom, that's
We can
why,
Have
have
to
that
do
one.
informational of the other ones, and we can handle those ones.
we need
So
some.
let's do this
when we
one.
do the one here, post it as a select. We should that way, Zoom
We'll
in.
have to get Travis going, or a corner, to figure out Tom does it, Tom can do it, and we can do it on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure she can give us a rundown on it.
Oh, yeah, you can, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in early.
I move we adjourn the meeting at 7:25.
Second.
All those in favor?
Hey. Wait, look at, it's a lot early in last Tuesday.
I know.
Yes.
I'm just proud to see Doug up this early.
Oh, I skipped the gym this morning.
Michael, you missing something?
Yeah, it's my phone again.
I just think that one.
I know.
Oh, just text me.
Uh,
He's
I
been-
miss it.
I know.
He's up there.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve.